When one of my videos underperforms, I get anxious. I worry, I fear, and I doubt. And as a result of my worry, my fear, and my doubt, I don't get anywhere. I think of what I should have done, what I could do differently. I think of why or for what reason a particular video didn't do well. I think, and I think, and I think, and I think, and then nothing. Analysis paralysis can be simply defined as overthinking a problem. And I'm experiencing this now. I have a tendency to fall into this loop, and the loop goes something like this. First, I post something. Does it perform to my expectation? Yes or no? Let's say in this example, it doesn't perform to my expectation. So the answer is no. Why not? I have no idea, and if I did know, there's infinite other reasons. So, no matter what, I'm gonna try and figure it out. And as I'm trying to figure it out, I get anxious about it. Still trying to figure it out, getting even more anxious, and after a while, I finally stop worrying about it. And once this has happened, once I finally stopped worrying about it, I post again. So I post something again. Does it perform to my expectation? Let's say this time it does. That's great, yes, awesome. But is it still going up after time? After a certain period of time, is it still growing? If your answer is no, then we're gonna go right back over to why isn't it? Infinite other reasons, no idea. Let's try and figure it out. Get anxious about it, finally stop worrying about it, and let's post something again. But this time, it does perform to my expectation. This time it does still go up over time. That's good. But after a while, I get desensitized to it. The numbers and the views, I get used to seeing them. And so after that, because I'm used to seeing those, my expectations go up. And as a result of this, we go back to posting again. This is what I like to call the loop of doom. Because no matter what, whether a video I post does well or doesn't do well, I keep going back to the beginning. At the end of the day, I'm still posting stuff. So having an expectation of the numbers doesn't necessarily fulfill you. Or at least not me. I would much rather be creatively fulfilled in making videos and not have to worry about this loop. But this is a loop that all creative people at one point or another, I'm sure, find themselves stuck in. Now why do we as creative people experience this? Is analysis paralysis bad? Can it be fixed? And if so, how? And as I'm asking myself these questions, one question particularly stuck out to me. Have I always experienced analysis paralysis? Has this always been a thing that happens? See, it hasn't always been this way. I remember when I first started out on YouTube, the excitement, the joy, and that's not to say that I don't have those things anymore, but when the vision gets clouded by this analytic or this statistic or that, it makes it really hard to see. It makes it hard to see what's important about what I make, and it makes it hard to remember why I make. Even with the, ooh, it's too windy, it's too windy. It's gonna be too loud. Well, I was gonna shoot outside, but it's extremely windy. It's also 25 degrees outside. For you Celsius folk, that's -4. It's too cold, man. So, I love making videos for a number of reasons. The main reason being creative expression. I get to make exactly what I want, express myself creatively exactly how I feel is right. There's also the community around these videos and the interactions I get to have with people and just the overall process of making these videos happen. You know, I enjoy shooting, I enjoy editing, I enjoy writing. I just like making videos. That's why I do it. I enjoy it. So with that all in mind, it's kind of a shame that... With that all in mind, it's kind of a shame that I can get caught up in the analytics and the numbers and such. I mean, I'm human, and everyone that it's happened to is human. But it's a shame that it's so easy to get caught up in that stuff, because that's not what it's about. You know, it's not about all the analytics and the numbers, the AVD, the CTRs. It's not about that stuff. It's about making things that we as creative people enjoy. When I look back at when I first started making videos, I distinctly recall not really looking at analytics that much. Like every now and again I would check on my newest video, or I would sort most popular, that way I could see like which video had the most views and so on down. But overall, it was very limited in what I was looking at. So I think part of solving my analysis paralysis problem is trying to go back to that. Going back to not really checking analytics that much, and if I do, you know, something, make it very simple and just be like, hey, this video got views and this video doesn't have as many views, but whatever. Like, just keeping it simple. I want to try and focus more on the feeling I provide in these videos and the value and the overall fun that I have making them, as opposed to the analytics, the numbers. And again, that's not saying that I don't have fun making these videos, because I have a blast making these videos. It's just, once the video is public, I get caught up in looking at the analytics, and it just does more harm than good. I feel like not only myself, but a lot of creative people get too caught up in the back end and the analytics than the enjoyment of actually making the thing and focusing on why we're making the thing in the first place. It's really easy to get caught up in the numbers, but in the long run, it just doesn't get us anywhere. What's more important is to make what's in our heart, make what's in our soul first, and not to please some algorithm or to achieve some number. It can be really easy to fall into this trap of analysis paralysis, and escape isn't easy. It's not. Escaping analysis paralysis is, it's like you're trying to go uphill. It's like you're trying to go uphill both ways and in 4 feet of snow. Moving forward, I want to develop a healthier relationship with my analytics, because as troublesome and potentially harmful as they can be, they are a helpful tool. So how do I escape analysis paralysis? How do I build a healthier relationship with my analytics? I've done it before where I'll just delete YouTube Studio off my phone and that be the end of it. And as harmful as it can be, the app is still helpful to have for a lot of reasons. So I still want to keep it. So how am I going to fix this analysis paralysis problem without deleting Studio? I don't think the answer is as romantic as I would like it to be, but I think the answer is just simply keep on creating. I need to keep on creating, because the more I create and the more creatively fulfilled I become, I think the less important those numbers will be. Or at least I'll become so much more creatively fulfilled that I won't worry about the numbers as much. Because as long as I've experienced analysis paralysis, I've always found, in my experience, that if I just try and get over that hurdle and keep on creating the things that I love, that worry, that fear, and that doubt that comes with analysis paralysis will go away.